Valley City State and Viterbo University baseball, game 4 of our 4-game conference series here from Mitchell, South Dakota. Vikings and Vhawks just getting started here. Khalil Tilbury on the mound for VCSU. Top of the order for Viterbo, Chance Clayman, the designated hitter. Called strike on the inside corner, and Tilbury opens with a strikeout as Clayman set down to open the game. Valley City State has won the first 3 games of the series, coming off a 5-4 victory in Game 1 today. So now they've won 5-4, 12-8, and 5-4. Spencer Hands to bat for the Vhawks. Sunshine is out here for Game 2 as Tilbury gets a called strike. We're up to 47 degrees out there. Wind still whistling in pretty good. Blowing out towards that right field foul pole in the corner. Breaking pitch for a called strike. It's 0-2. Feels like temperature right around 40 degrees. Getting air temperature at about 47. Tilbury ahead 0-2. Breaking pitch. Grounded right side. 2-hopper to Justin Rogers. He'll flip over to Rosdaba at first. And Hands is retired. 4-3 on the putout. Viking defense here for Game 2. Campero in left field, Dagan Morecambe in center, Dustin Mertz in right. At third base, it's Cody Wheelgosh. Shortstop, Jaden Babiak. Second base, Justin Rogers. First base, Caden Rosdaba. Behind the plate, Jamel Chabot. And on the mound, Khalil Tilbury. So same defensive lineup as Game 1. Behind Tilbury. His first pitch is high for a ball to Brett Stussel. Stussel, pair of home runs in Game 1 for Viterbo. Drove in 3 of their 4 runs with a solo home run and a 2-run home run. Golfs this one out towards deep right center, going back as Morecambe has it measured, and he'll make the catch. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Khalil Tilbury as Stussel is retired on a fly out to center. So no runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on. After half an inning, it's Vhawks 0, Vikings coming to bat.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
Bottom of the second inning, Valley City State University set to bat against Viterbo. We'll run through the Vhawk lineup here. Defensively, in left field, it's Jared Gurdon. Center field, Marcus Hornacek. Right field, Garrett Hang. At third base, Cody Wells. Shortstop is Ryan Mesa. Second base, Spencer Hands. Brett Stussel's at first base. Behind the plate this game, Carson Trumpold. And on the mound, number 43, Adam Olson. Olson picked up a win in his last start against Dickinson State. Went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Walked 2 and struck out 4 in a 19-5 win against Dickinson State. For the season, Olson has made 8 appearances, 5 starts. He's got a 2-2 record. 23 innings pitched. 6.6 ERA. He's walked 9 and struck out 13 in those 23 innings. Faces top of the order for the Vikings, Dustin Mertz, the VCSU center fielder. First pitch, a called strike to Mertz. Mertz in this series is 5 for 9. All 5 of those hits coming yesterday. That pitch is outside low for a ball. Viking batting order, Mertz will be followed by Babiak and Jamel Chabot. Caden Rosdaba in the cleanup position. Takes that one low and inside. Batting 5th, Kellen Scruggs, the DH. Hitting 6th, Campero. 7th is Justin Rogers. 8th, Cody Wielgosh. And batting 9th, Dagan Morcom. So Mertz, Babiak, and Chabot scheduled hitters here in inning number 1. Mertz swings through a high fastball, and we're even up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Valley City State coming off a 5-4 victory in Game 1. They've taken the first 3 games of this series. Again, Mertz swings through a pitch above the belt, and it's a strikeout for Adam Olson to open his game. Vikings shortstop Jaden Babiak, left-handed hitter, steps in. Doubled in a run in the first game. Babiak now 2 for 10 in this series. Facing Adam Olson, the tall righty, delivers. Pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count to Jaden Babiak. Lifts this one in the air, foul down the left field line, giving chase. Third baseman, shortstop. And it falls in. Neither Wells or Mesa could catch up to that one. It's a new life for Babiak. Just a foul ball. 1-1 the count. Valley City State now 11-17 overall with their record, 3-4 in conference play. Trying to get back to even in conference play with the series sweep here in Game 4. Swing and a miss for Babiak. Viterbo also 3-4 in conference play. They are 4-27 overall this season. 1-2 pitch from Olson. Babiak, did he get a piece of it? No, a swinging strikeout. So first 2 batters set down on strikes by Adam Olson. Brings up Jamel Chabot, the Viking catcher, 3 for 4 in Game 1 today. And Chabot 5 for 10 in the series, batting .500, pair of walks. Grounds that one, 2-hopper towards third baseman. Nice pick by Wells, throw over, plenty of time. And Cody Wells with a nice play over at third base as Chabot's retired 5-3 to end the first inning. We've had 6 batters and 6 outs so far through the first inning. Both sides perfect. Due up at Tang at Wells and Trumpled for Viterbo. Taking you through the Viterbo batting order here today in Game 2. Leading off, Chance Clayman, batting second, Spencer Hands, and hitting third, Brett Stussel. Those 3 batters retired in the first inning. Garrett Hang is clean up and playing right field. Batting 5th, Cody Wells, the third baseman. Batting 6th, the catcher, Carson Trumpled. Hitting 7th, Marcus Hornacek, and playing center field. Batting 8th and playing left field, Jared Gurdon. And batting 9th, the shortstop, Ryan Mesa. So due up at Hang, Wells, and Trumpled here in inning number 2. So we mentioned Khalil Tilbury on the mound for Valley City State. Tilbury this season, 7 appearances, 5 starts. He has a 2-3 record with 5.5 ERAs, thrown 27 2/3 innings, given up 25 hits, 17 earned runs, walked 18, struck out 26, so averaging about a strikeout per inning. Again, VCSU pitchers lead the conference, averaging over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. Opponents are batting just .227 against Tilbury this season. Earned the North Star Athletic Association Pitcher of the Week award earlier this year. Through shutouts in both of his first 2 starts of the spring. Back on the mound here after a quick 1-2-3 top of the first. He'll face Garrett Hang, the right fielder, to lead off the second inning. Haying in game 1 was 2 for 4 for the Vhawks. Right-handed batter awaits the first pitch from Tilbury. This one's grounded towards Wheelgosh and fielded in foul territory. Game 2 of our doubleheader today is scheduled for 9 innings. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball, catches the corner, called strike for Tilbury. 12 pitches, 9 strikes so far for Tilbury, in command early. Here's the 0-2 to Hang. Hit him. Hang is on top of the plate, stuck his knee out. I think that was going to catch the corner, to be honest with you. Like both of his feet, his toes are across that inside white line when he steps. And he stuck his knee out a little bit. Alec DeMary, head coach of the Vikings, looking for the umpire to bring him back, but his argument to no avail. But again, I think he's got a case there. Hang really on top of the plate and even stuck his knee out further to get hit by that 0-2 pitch. Coming into this weekend, Hang, 23 at bats, and he's been hit by pitch 3 times. This one is lined out towards left field, will fall in front of Pero, and just like that, the Vhawks have 2 runners on to start the top of the 2nd inning. VCSU had a case earlier this season where they appeared to have a hit batter that would have tied a game, Caden Rosdeba, but the umpire called him back, said he intentionally got hit, and he eventually struck out as the Vikings lost that game. So they've experienced that firsthand. Batting for the Vhawks, number 10, Carson Trumpold, the catcher. Trumpold did not play in game 1. Hang at second, Wells at first. Trumpold shows bunt, pulls back, throw down to second, not in time. Pitch was high for a ball. Both Wheelgosh and Rosdeba about in on the grass, 1st and 3rd. Called strike. Tilbury evens the count at 1-1. Breaking pitch. Called strike as well. Trumpold showed bunt and pulled back, but Tilbury gets the called strike. The 1-2 delivery on the way. Just off the plate, and it's 2-2. Nobody out, runners on 1st and 2nd. Vhawks threatening in the top of the 2nd inning. Trumpold grounds this one foul towards the Viking dugout. We'll do the 2-2 again. Carson Trumpold, first plate appearance of the day. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball is high. Ball 3. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Hang out at second. Reached on a hit by pitch. Then moved to second on single by Cody Wells. 3-2 delivery. Lifted in the air towards right field. That one's going to fall in front of Mertz. Makes a dive. Did he catch it? They say he caught it. A full layout for Dustin Mertz, making a diving catch in shallow right field. And what a play by the Viking right fielder as Trumpold is retired on a flyout. We've seen some spectacular plays in right field by both Mertz and also Jared Gurdon for Viterbo in game 1. But a big out there as Mertz making a play, picking up his pitcher, and it's first and second with 1 out. Brings up Marcus Hornacek, the center fielder for Viterbo. Shows bunt, pulls back, pitches off the plate. That hit from Trumpold, flared out towards the right field line. Mertz charging hard. Not sure if you can see it on camera if it's off the screen, but full layout towards the line. Got that one. High chopper here. Now Tilbury going back and a field it. Flip to Rosedeba at first. Only option there for Tilbury. Nice read as he came back off the mound and fielded that in front of the second baseman Rogers. So Hornacek retired on the 1-3 putout. Wells and Hang both move up a base. So 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 outs now as Tilbury faces Jared Gurdon. Gurdon in game 1, 0 for 2 with a run scored. Bats now with 2 runners in scoring position. Off speed, catches the top of the zone for a called strike. And the 0-1 pitch from Khalil. Fouled away, 0-2. First 2 batters of the inning reached. Now Tilbury just 1 strike away from getting out of it with no damage. Vikings will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters up in the bottom of the second. Tilbury gets a sign from Chabot. Comes set in the stretch position and delivers the 0-2. Call! Strike 3 at the belt as swinging through it is Gurdon. Tilbury works onto the jam. A 3-pitch strikeout of Gurdon to end the top of the second. And Valley City State will head to the bottom of the second. We're all still tied up. Vikings 0, V-Hawks 0, Rosedeba, Scruggs, and Pero due up for the Vikings. Caden Rosedeba leading off the bottom of the second inning for Valley City State. Facing Adam Olson, the Viterbo starter. Righty on righty matchup to open up the second inning. Olson fastball low. The Hawks threatened in the top of the second, put the first 2 runners on. But Tilbury able to work out of the jam. Helped by a great diving catch in right field by Dustin Mertz. And then a strikeout to end the inning. And Strand 2 runners at second and third. 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul. Bounces back behind home plate. Same batting lineup for the Vikings here in game 2. Rosedeba will be followed by Scruggs and Pero. 1-2 delivery from Olson. Foul off the top of the Viking dugout. Olson working out of the stretch, delivers a 1-2, a breaking pitch, got him swinging. As Rozdeba goes down on strikes. Sixth start of the year for Adam Olson. Most starters work out of the windup, but Olson appears to be going out of the stretch, just comfortable in that position. Gets a called strike on Kellen Scruggs, off speed, catches the corner. Another breaking ball, this one catches the outside corner, another called strike, 0-2. Scruggs takes one outside for a ball. Fastball inside, just off the plate. Count even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Kellen Scruggs. Checks his swing, umpire says he went, and Scruggs is down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Olson. Campero steps in. Pero 0 for 1 in game 1 with a walk. Drills that one out towards deep right center. That's going to drop in for a hit. Pero rounds first. Ball runs all the way to the wall. Pero digging for third. He's rounded second, going to go, and throw will not come. He dives into third. It's a triple for Campero. Deep to that right center gap. Well, Campero hustling out of the box. He was thinking 3 as soon as he rounded first base. Could see right in front of him where that ball went in the right center gap. And so he's now just 90 feet away for Justin Rogers. 2-out triple for Campero. First pitch to Rogers outside for a ball. One-0 delivery to Rogers. Grounded towards the left side, fielded by Wells. Throw over to first in the dirt, and it gets past the first baseman. Pero will score. Rogers digging for second, and the Vikings have taken an early 1-0 lead after a throwing error by Cody Wells. So Rogers going to reach on the E5 and then move to second after it got past the first baseman, and Pero will score. Unearned run. And no RBI for Rogers, because that should have been the 3rd out of the inning. Cody Wielgosz will bat. Lefty third baseman for the Vikings. Rogers in scoring position out at second. Wells fielded that cleanly. Had to hustle the throw a little bit to get the speedy Rogers, but good throw would have got him no problem. Was in the dirt, and Stussel could not scoop it. (2-0) the count to Cody Wielgosz. To a pitch on the way, outside, ball 3. Dig and Morecambe on deck. Would bat should Wielgosz reach. Wielgosz takes a 3-0 right down the middle. Olson was cruising here, struck out the first two batters of the inning. Then a 2-out triple by Cam Perro, and the throwing error have allowed a run to score. Wilgosh fouls that one off. Count is full, 3-2. Pitch just off the plate. Ball 4 as Wilgosh draws a 2-out walk. Runners on first and second now for Morcom. Morcom 0 for 1 in game 1. Scored a run, drew a pair of walks. Rogers at second. Reached on an error. Wilgosh at first after a 2-out walk. Pitch is outside to Morcom. One-oh delivery from Olson. Swing and a miss. Pitch inside and at the belt. Morcom just swung through it. Olson delivers the 1-1. Breaking pitch. Foul tick. Strike 2. Vikings leading 1-0, bottom of the second inning. 2 runners on for Dagan Morcom. 1-2 pitch from Adam Olson. Swing and a miss. Olson strikes out the side, but the Vikings do score 1 run in the inning on 1 hit, 1 VHawk error, and a pair of runners left on base after 2 complete. It's Vikings 1, VHawk 0. To do up for the VHawks, Mesa, Clayman, and Hands.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Ryan Mesa, the number 9 hitter for Viterbo, leading off the top of the third inning. Valley City State leading 1-0. Game 4 of our 4-game conference series here in Mitchell, South Dakota. Khalil Tilbury, Viking starter, beginning his third inning. Breaking pitch high for a ball. Lifted out in the air towards deep center. Morcom going back, tracking it, has it measured, and makes a catch as he drops to one knee. So Mesa hits it hard, but Morcom, a good read out in center, retires him on a fly out. Top of the order for the VHawks, a designated hitter in this game, number 50, Chance Clayman. Clayman 0 for 3 in game 1 today. 0 for 1 with a strikeout here in this one. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Inside pitch, hit Clayman. So Clayman reaches on a hit by pitch with 1 out. Spencer Hands, the second baseman, steps in. Hands in game 1, 1 for 3 with a walk. 0 for 1 here in game 4, game 2 of today. Clayman gets his lead. Tilbury starts with an off speed, gets a called strike. Clayman takes his lead at first. Very conservative lead. Another off speed pitch, another called strike. Tilbury ahead in the count 0-2. Fastball got him swinging. Started him with 2 off speeds and then hit the knees, at the knees with the fastball. Had hands off balance and he swung through it. Third strikeout of the game for Tilbury. Brett Stussel steps in for the V-Hawks. Pair home runs in that first game. Lines this one right back up the middle. Past Tilbury and a diving Justin Rogers. Morecambe will field it in center. Sharp single for Stussel. Clayman moves up to second, has to stop there. Batter for the V-Hawks now, Garrett Hang, the right fielder. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat. Breaking pitch, called strike. Tilbury had 2 runners on in the second inning as well, worked out of that jam. Got a diving catch by Mertz and then a strikeout. 2 runners on here as well, 2 outs. Pitch high for a ball, 1-1 the count. One pitch, another breaking pitch. Does not get the call on this one. Viking starters have done well in this series. Hunter Magnuson pitched into the 7th inning in the opening game. Game 2, Takeo Cookson went into the 5th inning. Game 3 of the series, Dietrich went through 4 innings strong. And now Tilbury looking good into the 3rd inning. Another breaking pitch for a ball, 3-1. Three-one pitch on the way to Hang. Off the plate, outside, ball 4. As Hang draws a walk. And bases are loaded for Cody Wells and the V-Hawks. Clayman over at third base. Reached on a hit by pitch. Stussel at second. Had a sharp single back up the middle. And now Hang at first draws a 2-out walk. Cody Wells, 1 for 1, singled in his first at bat. Was also 1 for 1 in game 1 today. Had a pinch hit single. Bats with the big opportunity here for the V-Hawks, trailing by 1, but they have the bases loaded, 2 outs in the 3rd. Again, Tilbury and the Vikings stranded runners at 2nd and 3rd in the top of the 2nd. Trying to strand more runners here with 2 outs. And the pitch off speed, fouled away, out of play down the first base line. And the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, had him off balance. And Tilbury quickly ahead, 0-2 against Cody Wells. Number 5 hitter for the V-Hawks. playing third base in this game. Tilbury gets his sign, comes set. Pitching out of the stretch, kicks, delivers. In the dirt. Chabot knocks it down, though, and it hops high, but stays in front of home plate as Tilbury comes in to find it and keeps the runners from advancing. 1-2 the count. Bases full of Seahawks in the top of the third. Vikings leading 1-0. 1-2 pitch on the way, outside. Nicely backhanded by Chabot. Keep the runners where they are. Final game of our 4-game conference series. Sun has come out, warmed up into the high 40s. Wind still blowing, fairly strong, about 17 miles an hour out to the right field corner. 2-2 pitch from Tilbury. Fastball off the plate, ball 3. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will be moving on the pitch. Clayman at third, Stussel at second, Hang at first. Three-two pitch from Tilbury to Wells. Fouled away, out of play. We'll do it again. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Tilbury trying to work around a hit by pitch, a walk, and a single. 3-2 on the way. Foul down the right field line, out of play. Runners will retreat back to their bases again. And for the third time on this next pitch, they'll be rolling. Three-two, 2 outs. Tilbury to Cody Wells, breaking pitch, hammered right back up the middle. Babiak fields it behind the base, but cannot field it cleanly, and it skips into center field. And 2 runs will come in to score, Clayman and Stussel. As Wells will reach. I think we're going to give Wells an infield single on that one. And then Stussel's going to come in to score. Clayman scores. And the Seahawks take a 2-1 lead. Carson Trumpold now the batter. One of those plays I'll go back and watch on video. Not sure if the runner from second, Stussel, was going to score. If Babiak hadn't misfielded that, but I'm pretty sure batter was going to beat that out for a hit. Trumpold now ahead in the count, 2-0. Runners at first and third. This one's lifted in the air towards shallow center. Charging in hard is Morcom, and he will make the play. So Seahawks retired in the third inning as Trumpold flies out to center field. But they do push across 2 runs on 2 hits. Left a pair of runners on. Seahawks take a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of third. Top of the order for the Vikings, it's Mertz, Babiak, and Chabot scheduled to bat. Bottom of the third inning, Viterbo Vhawks leading Valley City State 2-1. Vhawks scoring 2 runs in the top of the third inning. 2-run single by Cody Wells back up the middle with the bases loaded. Top of the order for the Vikings, Dustin Mertz. Facing Adam Olson, the Vhawks starter. First pitch to Mertz is high, ball 1. One-0 by Mertz, lifted out towards right field. Drifting back is Hang at the wall, looks up, solo home run, Dustin Mertz, and we got a tie ball game. Dustin Mertz, second pitch he sees, and that at bat lifts it over the right field fence. An oppo home run for Dustin Mertz. Second home run of the series, and we're all knotted up at 2 runs apiece. Lead for Viterbo short-lived as Vikings tie it up on their first at bat of the third inning. That one no doubt helped a little bit by that wind blowing out to the right field corner. Mertz got that one up in the air, hit it hard, then the wind helped take care of the rest. Down the lines, this park seems a little shallow. Again, there's no distance markers here, but talking to some of the guys, they think it's shorter than Charlie Brown, which is 330 in Valley. We're estimating 300 to 315 down the lines here. Babiak takes 2 balls to start. Two-0 pitch in the dirt. Now 3-0. Taking all the way, strike down the middle. Vhawks 2 runs on 3 hits. Vikings 2 runs on 2 hits. Babiak takes ball 4. And he'll trot down to first base. Jamel Chabot, the Viking catcher. He and Babiak get their signals from head coach Alec DeMaria from the third base coach's box. Babiak, solid speed over at first base. Does have 4 stolen bases on the year. Pickoff attempt, he dives back safely. Vikings executed a hit and run in game 1. In that scenario, it was Babiak at the plate. Line to double to left center gap that scored Dagan Morcom, who was off on the pitch. Chabot takes it low, ball 1. DeMaria using number signals to give his signs to players. Throw over. Babiak a little off balance, but the throw off the mark as he gets back safely. Chabot awaits the 1-0. Grounded through the right side for a single to right field. Babiak will round second and head for third. Chabot, throw in gets away, but he'll stop at first. So a single for Jamel Chabot, 4th hit of the game, 4th hit of the day. As he singles through the right side, and Babiak moves up to third. Hunter Logan, courtesy runner for Chabot, takes over on the bases. And Caden Rosedeba comes to the plate, first and third situation. Not before we will have a meeting on the mound between the Vhawks. As I mentioned, Hunter Logan over at first base. He has 4 stolen bases on the year. So opportunity here, first and third, to get creative on the base paths. Nobody out. Rosedeba 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bat. in the series. 3 for 8 through the first 3 games. He scored 5 runs, had a double, 2 home runs. Both of those came on day 1 of our series, and he's driven in 4 runs. We're all tied up 2-2. Vikings with 1 in the second and 1 in the third here on a solo home run by Mertz. V-Hawks scored both of their runs in the 3rd inning. 2-run single by Cody Wells. Logan, healthy lead over at first. Rosedaba lifts this one high in the air towards deep left field. Going back is Gurdon at the wall. Looks up, 3-run home run, Caden Rosedaba. His 3rd home run of the series. This one a 3-run shot to deep left field, and the Vikings have taken a 5-2 lead. Well, Caden Rosedaba got that one high in the air, battling the wind towards left field. Gurdon got back to the fence, looked up, but it was out of his reach. 2nd home run of the inning for the Vikings, 3rd of the series for Rosedaba, and that will be it for Adam Olson. 4 runs here in the inning already for Valley City State as they lead 5-2. We'll take a break, come back with your new pitcher. It's Vikings 5, V-Hawks 2. You're watching Viking Baseball. A 3-run home run by Caden Rosedaba gives the Vikings a 5-2 lead in the 3rd inning. His 3rd home run of the series, and that chases Adam Olson, the V-Hawks starter from the game. V-Hawks will go to number 27, Brandon Janke, out of the bullpen. Janke making his first appearance out of the pen. He's made 7 starts this season, 7.4 ERA in 32 innings. Leads the team in innings pitched. He'll face Kellen Scruggs with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch, breaking ball for a called strike. And Scruggs set down on strikes for the first out of the inning. So Janke comes in, picks up a strikeout. Picking up where he left off in his last appearance against Dickinson. He got the win in a 1-0 game against Dickinson. 8-inning shutout. That game went extra innings. And he struck out 14 batters in those 8 innings. First pitch to Campero, inside for a ball. Janke right-hander. Ball 2 to Pero. Pero 1 for 1 today. Tripled in his first at bat. 3-0 count, takes ball 4. So a quick strikeout of Scruggs and then a 4-pitch walk to Pero. Vikings back in business with a runner on. Bottom of the third, leading 5-2. Home runs by Dustin Mertz and Caden Rosedeva have the Vikings 4 runs in this inning, leading 5-2. Justin Rogers at the plate. Rogers had a 2-run single in game 1 today. He's 0 for 1 in this contest. Takes first pitch for a ball. Ball 2 to Rogers. So after 3 straight strikes to Scruggs, Janke's now thrown 6 straight balls. Pero, conservative lead at first base, throw over, not in time. Rogers awaits the 2-0 from Janke. Fastball down the middle, called strike. Two one, slapped foul down the third base line, out of play. Pero rolling on the pitch. As we mentioned, Janke, 43 strikeouts in 32 innings. Thrown the most innings so far this year for Viterbo. Averaging about 1.5 strikeouts per inning. That one is outside, ball 3. Rogers works a full count. Called strike on the inside corner. Fastball caught the tape. And Rogers goes down looking. Second out of the inning. Second strikeout of the inning for Janke. And Cody Wielgosh steps in. Pero dives back ahead of the pickoff attempt. Janke, junior right-hander out of Fall Creek, Wisconsin. First pitch to Wielgosh is low below the knees. Valley City State scheduled to have about a week and a half off after this game. Wielgosh lines this one through the left side. It's a 2-out single. Pero will check up at second base. So Cody Wielgosh, sharp line drive, opposite field. First hit of the game for Wielgosh. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Dagan Morcom scheduled to bat, but Vikings will go to a pinch hitter, Judson Seliscar. This will be the third pinch hit appearance of the weekend for Seliscar. Had a pinch hit single yesterday, and then was retired in his pinch hit appearance today in game 1. Bats here with 2 runners on and 2 outs. Vikings leading 5-2. Home runs in this inning by Dustin Mertz and Caden Rosedeva. Pero at second base, Wielgosh at first. Pero reached on a walk, Wielgosh a single. First pitch to Seliscar. Off speed for a strike. Seliscar, powerful lefty hitter for the Vikings. Awaits the 0-1. Off speed again, catches the outside corner. Dustin Mertz, top of the order, waits on deck. 9th hitter of the inning for VCSU. 0-2 from Janke, outside. Ball 1. The lead for Viterbo, very short-lived. Scored 2 runs in the top of the third to go up 2-1. First batter of the inning for VCSU, Dustin Mertz, tied it on a solo home run. And then later that 3-run shot to make it 5-2. Pitch inside, ball 2. Two from Janke. Swing and a miss in the dirt, though. Catcher Trumpold will step inside and throw it down to first base. Seliskar retired on a strikeout. Strikeout in a 2-3 putout. As the Vikings out of the inning, but not before they score 4 runs and regain the lead. 4 runs on 2 hits. Home runs by Mertz and Rose Deba have the Vikings on top 5-2 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Dagan Morcom will re-enter the game in center field after being pinch hit for in the bottom of the 3rd. So Seliskar's day is done after his pinch hit appearance. Khalil Tilbury into his 4th inning on the mound for VCSU. He's given up 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, walked 1 and struck out 3. He's thrown 50 pitches so far. Scheduled to bat for the V-Hawks, Hornacek, Gurdon, and Mesa, 7, 8, 9 hitters. First pitch to Hornacek, a ball. Vikings leading 5-2. Tilbury called strike on the outside corner. Again, VCSU scored 4 runs in that 3rd inning. Solo home run by Dustin Mertz and a 3-run home run by Caden Rose Deba. Hornacek swings through that one, and the count is now 1-2. Hornacek 0 for 1 today. One-two pitch from Khalil. Tilbury low below the knees. Even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hornacek fouls that one away. One hour into this one as we enter the top of the 4th inning. Vikings leading 5-2. Pitch high, ball 3. Game 2 yesterday took about 3 hours and 20 minutes. At a 12-8 victory by the Vikings. Full count pitch over the catcher Chabot to the backstop, and Hornacek will have a leadoff walk for Viterbo. Jared Gurdon, the left fielder, to bat for Viterbo. Gurdon 0 for 2 in game 1, scored a run. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, his first at bat here in game 2 against Tilbury. 2 runs on 3 hits for the V-Hawks, 5 runs on 5 hits for the Vikings. First pitch high, ball 1. Pickoff attempt. Diving back safely is Hornacek. Runner goes. Chabot's throw down to Babiak. In time. Did they get him? They did. Jamel Chabot throws a strike to Jaden Babiak. And Hornacek caught stealing 2-6. First runner thrown out of the series for Chabot. Pitch was a strike as well. So 1-1 the count to Gurdon. Swing and a miss, strike 2. We're up to 50 degrees and sunny here in Mitchell, South Dakota. And snowing back in Valley City. Driving through some snow on our way back tonight. 1-2 from Tilbury high. Drifts to the backstop. Gurdon facing a 2-2 count. Pitch on the way from Tilbury. Line back up the middle. Be a 1-out single for Jared Gurdon. Fourth hit of the game for Viterbo. Ryan Mesa, the shortstop to bat, number 9 hitter for the V-Hawks. Pitch from Tilbury high at the letters. Runner way off first, throw down by Chabot though high and goes into right field, and taking out for second is Gurdon, and he is in safely. Pitch was a ball. The runner, Gurdon, got caught off first base. Good throw, might have had him. But Chabot rifled it down to first and too high for Rosedeva. And it's going to be a throwing error on Jamel Chabot, allowing Gurdon to advance to second. First error of the game for Valley City State. Three-0 count now to Mesa. As Tilbury delivers. Off speed. Gets a called strike at the top of the zone. And it's 3-1. Another called strike as Tilbury has worked the count back full. Gurdon at second. Mesa facing a 3-2 count. In the air, out towards right field. Going back is Mertz, going to be over his head. One hops the fence, and actually, I believe out. Hopped over the fence. So a ground rule double for Ryan Mesa over the right field fence. Gurdon will score from second. And the V-Hawks have their third run of the game. It's now 5-3 in favor of the Vikings. It'll bring a visit from Viking head coach Alec DeMaria. Tilbury right now at 68 pitches. Hard hit ball there by Ryan Mesa out towards that right center gap, and then just sliced back with that wind, exaggerated the slice, and carried over that to Dustin Mertz, and one hopped over the fence for a ground rule double. Chance Clayman, top of the order, the DH, now batting for Viterbo. Represents a tying run. Clayman 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Also hit by a pitch. Third time through the order for Viterbo. This will be third time seeing Tilbury. Activity in the Viking bullpen. Number 1, Jay Mendez loosening up. He's been loose a couple times this weekend. Pitch from Tilbury over the catcher to the backstop. And Mesa will move up to third. The count to Clayman. Gurdon now at third base. Called strike. Back even 1-1. Three runs on 5 hits for Viterbo. Vikings have 5 runs on 5 hits. Both teams committed 1 error. Off speed, high for ball 2. Clayman awaits a 2-1 pitch. Ground ball towards second base. Rogers backhands it. Fires over to first. Clayman retired. A runner does come in to score. Gurdon scoring from third. So RBI ground out for Chance Clayman. And the V-Hawks have put up 2 runs this inning and trimmed the Viking lead to 5-4. Base is clear now, though, as Spencer Hands bats. First pitch up in the zone, ball 1. Breaking pitch, across for a strike. Eighth appearance of the season for Tilbury, his 6th start of the year. 5.5 ERA so far this season. That one misses for ball 2. Again, Jay Mendez getting loose in the pen. He's made 10 appearances this year, all out of the bullpen. Ground ball right back towards Tilbury. He'll run it over halfway to first base, flips it to Rose Deba, and the Vikings are out of the 4th inning. 1-3 putout of Spencer Hands. But the V-Hawks do score 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 Viking error, and no runners left on base after 3.5. Vikings still leading. Vikings 5, V-Hawks 4.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Dustin Mertz, top of the order to lead off for the Vikings. Solo home run in his last at bat to lead off the third inning. Vikings sent 9 batters to the plate in that third inning, scored 3 runs. Had their lead at 5-2, but Viterbo got 2 back in the top of the fourth. Second pitch of the at bat hits Mertz in the back. So he'll reach on a hit by pitch, leadoff runner on for the Vikings. Jaden Babiak steps in for VCSU. 0 for 1 today with a walk. Mertz, healthy lead over at first base. Pickoff attempt, dives back safely just ahead of the throw. Again, VCSU had 4 runners picked off in game 2 yesterday. Seemed to have corrected whatever was causing that. Pitch in the dirt and gets away from the catcher. Can't find it. Now he does find it behind home plate. It's a wild pitch. Ball 1 to Babiak, and Mertz moves up to second on the wild pitch. Trumpled blocked that one, but it kicked away a little bit to his right. Looks like he maybe took it off the hand. That right hand is throwing hand. Flexing that as he walks back towards home plate. Mertz moves into scoring position. Reaches on the hit by pitch. Quickly moves up to second on the wild pitch. And now Jaden Babiak with an RBI opportunity. Vikings leading 5-4. Bottom of the fourth inning. Called strike at the knees. One the count. Pitch from Janke. Grounded towards first base. Charging in is Stussel. Fields it on the second hop. And then touches the bag as Babiak is retired. Mertz moves up to third on the ground out. Jamel Chabot, the Viking catcher, steps in. Chabot 1 for 2 in this game. 4 hits so far in the doubleheader. He went 3 for 4 in the opener. Fouls this one away, out of play. Chabot, coming into this series, had been batting a .362 in the spring season. He's been VCSU's best hitter by average in the spring games. 0-1 pitch, off speed, called strike. And Chabot falls behind 0-2 against Janke. Janke in his second inning of work came on in relief in the third inning after Olsen gave up a 3-run home run to Rosedeva. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Mertz will run home, scoring on a wild pitch. And the Vikings take a 6-4 lead. So Janke had Chabot 0-2. When pitch in the dirt, though, allowed Mertz to score. So he reached on a hit by pitch, moved to second on a wild pitch, moved to third on a ground out, and then scored on a wild pitch, manufacturing a run. Chabot swings through that one, and he is set down on strike, second out of the inning. Rosedeba steps in. 3-run home run in his last at bat, his third home run of the series. Hit a solo home run and a 2-run home yesterday. Takes first pitch low, ball 1. One-zero pitch from Janke. Same spot, outside and low, ball 2. Hitters count now to Rosedeba. Janke hits the outside corner. Count goes 2-1. That one high at the letters. Kellen Scruggs waits on deck. 3-1 pitch outside. Whoa! Called strike, actually. Catches the corner. Rosedeba had tossed away his bat, even taken off his elbow brace before that one was called a strike. Full count now. Janke out of the windup delivers. And swing and a miss. Strike 3 as Rosedeba goes down. Janke strikes out the side, but the Vikings do manufacture a run. Dustin Mertz comes in to score after being hit by a pitch, moving around on a ground out and a pair of wild pitches. The Vikings manufacture 1 run in the 4th as they lead 6-4, heading to the top of 5. Pitching change to start the top of the 5th for the Vikings. Into the game, number 1, Jay Mendez. Junior right-hander out of Oceanside, California. Mendez making his 11th appearance of the season. He's thrown 14 and 2/3 innings. 12.2 ERA in those 14 innings. Given up 29 hits, 20 earned runs, walked 8, and struck out 11. He'll face the 3-4-5 hitters for Viterbo. Brett Stussel, Garrett Hang, and Cody Wells scheduled to bat. Closed the book on Khalil Tilbury, the Viking starter. Worked 4 innings. Allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Walked 2 and struck out 3. Leaves with the Vikings ahead 6-4, heading to the top of 5. First pitch from Mendez, swinging strike to Stussel. First appearance of the weekend for Mendez. Warmed up once or twice yesterday. Got hot in game 1 today as well. Stussel, the left-handed batter, awaits the pitch. Just a bit low. Count evens up 1-1. Stussel 1 for 2 in this game. Had 2 home runs earlier today in game 1. That pitch outside, ball 2. Four runs on 5 hits for Viterbo. Vikings with their 6 runs on 5 hits as well. 2-1 pitch. Outside, Chabot tried to frame that one in. Umpire said no, that's out. 3-1. Stussel, the leadoff hitter here in the top of the 5th. Pitch outside by Mendez, and Stussel draws a leadoff walk. Bringing to the plate Garrett Hang, right fielder for Viterbo. Couple arms starting to loosen up for the Vikings in the bullpen. Pitch from Mendez, pulled foul down the third base line. Jacob Marks, a right-hander, made an appearance in game 1, getting loose, as well as number 30, Brendan Burke. 5 more innings to go in this series. Viking bullpen trying to hold on to a 2-run lead. This one lying down the third baseline past a diving Cody Wheelgosh into the corner. Cam Perro will fire it back in, and Hang will roll into second for a stand-up double. Yanked it right down the third base line. And first 2 runners are on and in scoring position for Viterbo in the 5th inning. Number 5 hitter Cody Wells batting for Viterbo. Had a 2-run single earlier in the game. RBI opportunity here. Stussel at third, Hang at second. A walk and a double to start the 5th inning for the V-Hawks. Wells off balance, fouls that one away. One delivery from Mendez. Lifted down the right field line, foul. 0-2 the count. Mendez delivers the 0-2. This one's lifted in the air towards shallow right. Coming on is Mertz. Diving attempt. Cannot make the catch. Does grab it on one hop. Throw home. Not in time. 2 runs will come in to score. Both Stussel and Hang. It's a 2-run single for Cody Wells. And we are all tied up 6-6 in the top of the 5th. Mertz charging hard on that one, but just too much ground to make up. Made a diving attempt, but ended up fielding it on one hop. So a single for Cody Wells and a pair of RBIs as Stussel and Hang both score and tie the game up 6-6. V-Hawks have scored 2 runs in each of their last 3 at-bats. Laying down a bunt now is Trumple. Charging Wheelgosh. Fields throws over to first in time. Trumple retired 5-3 on a sacrifice bunt as Cody Wells moves up to second. Wells in scoring position for Marcus Hornacek. Hornacek, the lefty, 0 for 1. Grounded. Diving attempt by Rogers. Fields it. Fires over to first. Nice play, Justin Rogers. Sharp ground ball back up the middle. Backhand dive. Knocked it down. It ticked out of his glove about a foot away and rolled. And he picked it up bare hand, scrambled to his feet, and fired it over to Rosedeba for a 4-3 putout. That play by Rogers saving a run for the time being, as Wells only moves to third and second out of the inning. That is it for Mendez, as Alec DeMaria, head coach for the Vikings, will call for Jacob Marks from the bullpen. He'll face Jared Gurdon with 2 outs when we come back. New pitcher for the Vikings, number 55, Jacob Marks. Comes into a tie game, 6-6, top of the 5th. 2 outs, go-ahead runner on third for Viterbo. Jared Gurdon, the batter, pitches high for ball 1. Second appearance of the day for Marks, pitched in game 1. First arm out of the bullpen for VCSU in that game. Went an inning and 2/3. Gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. This one in the dirt, knocked down by Chabot. And that holds Wells at third base. Marks walked 1 and struck out 3 in that first appearance today. .2-0 pitch on the way. Lined right back up the middle. Sharp RBI single to center field. And the V-Hawks take a 7-6 lead on the RBI hit from Jared Gurdon. So Gurdon's hit scores Wells from third. Puts the V-Hawks ahead 7-6. In top of the 5th inning. Scheduled for 9 innings in this one. Gurdon takes his lead at first. Marks pitch inside to Ryan Mesa. Almost hit him. Brendan Burke continuing to get loose in the bullpen for VCSU. Off speed from Marks, called strike to Mesa. Mesa, the number 9 hitter. Chance Clayman, top of the order, due up next. Called Called strike. Again, Blake Warner, who normally would be in that top of the order role for Viterbo, had 6 hits yesterday, is not playing today for the V-Hawks. 1-2 pitch outside, ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board as Marks comes set and delivers. Lifted, shallow, right field. Rogers, second baseman, giving chase, falls just beyond his grasp. And Mertz will pick it up and fire it in to Babiak at second base. So a bloop single there for Ryan Mesa. In no man's land between Rogers and Mertz. Gurdon moves over to third. Runners on first and third for Clayman and the top of the V-Hawk lineup. This one out towards deep center. Morecambe going back at the fence, reaches up, it bounces off the fence, it'll be in for a hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Mesa around third. He'll score as well. A 2-run double off the center field fence for Chance Clayman, and the V-Hawks have opened up a 9-6 lead. So a pair of RBIs for Clayman. Doubling to deep center field. 5 runs in the inning for Viterbo as they've turned a 6-4 deficit into a 9-6 lead in the top of the 5th. And that'll be it for Jacob Marks as the Vikings make another pitching change. Into the game, number 30, Brendan Burke. He'll take his warm-ups and then face Spencer Hands when we come back. New pitcher into the game for the Vikings, number 30, Brendan Burke. Be the 4th pitcher of the game. Tilbury started, went 4 innings. Jay Mendez starting this 5th inning here. Got 2 outs, and then Jacob Marks came in and unable to record an out. And now Brendan Burke, 3rd pitcher of the inning, trying to shut down this V-Hawk rally. Burke facing Spencer Hands. Hands 0 for 3 in this game with a strikeout. Grounds this one towards shortstop. Babiak fields it cleanly, up with it. Throw over to Rosedeba, skips out of his glove. And it'll be an error on the Vikings to continue this inning. So Hands reaches on the error. Clayman moves over to third. Runners on first and third again. Brett Stussel batting. First pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Chabot. Runners will stay put. Stussel 1 for 2 in this game. Stussel led off the inning with a walk. So 10th batter of the inning right now at the plate. 5 runs in. Seahawks threatening for more. Swing and a miss. Brendan Burke on the mound for VCSU, his 7th appearance of the year, all out of the pen. 7.7 ERA. 1-1 the count. Breaking pitch in the dirt, again knocked down by Chabot. Eli Chabot and Keaton Clark loosening up in the pen. Swing and a miss for Stussel. 2-2 the count. Fourth game of the series. Last half of that game. Both teams just trying to get through it with their arms. 2-2 pitch in the dirt, knocked down. The runner will take off. So count now full, 3-2. Hands moves to second on the wild pitch. Clayman stays put at third. Waiting on deck, Garrett Hang, the cleanup hitter for Viterbo. Brendan Burke, right-hander, comes set, delivers 3-2 pitch. Fouled away by Stussel as he stays alive. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming between Burke and Stussel. 10th batter of the inning for Viterbo as they lead 9-6. Fouled away down the third base line. Clean grab by John Grana, coach of the Seahawks. Three-two pitch from Burke. Off speed, up high. Ball 4. First base is open. Stussel will take his place. And Haying will bat with the bases loaded. Clayman at third, Hands at second, Stussel at first. Burke gets ahead in the count. Called strike on the inside. A 1 pitch. Lifted high in the air behind shortstop. Babiak going back, has it measured, and makes the catch near second base. So Seahawks are retired. Hang pop out to shortstop, but not before they pushed across 5 runs on 5 hits. There was 1 Viking error and 3 runners left on. Viterbo leading 9-6 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Due up for the Vikings: Scruggs, Perro, and Rogers. Bottom of the 5th inning. Viterbo leading Valley City State 9-6. Viking baseball here on VCSU Athletics YouTube. 4th game of our series from Mitchell, South Dakota. Drake Field, home of Dakota Wesleyan University. Neutral site games due to weather, precipitation in Valley City and La Crosse. Brandon Janke on the mound into his 3rd inning of work in relief for the V-Hawks. Gets a called strike on Kellen Scruggs to open the 5th inning. Scruggs swings through that one and falls behind 0-2. Vikings led 5-2 after the 3rd inning, getting home runs from Mertz and Rose Deba to go ahead. And Scruggs swings and misses. He goes down on 3 straight. V-Hawks, though, have answered back. 2 runs in the 4th and then 5 in the top of the 5th as Viterbo regains the lead at 9-6. Still plenty of time left in this one, scheduled for 9 innings. Campero at the plate. 1 for 1 today. Lines this one sharply to left field. It'll be a 1-out single for Pero. His 2nd hit of the game. Also had a triple earlier. Vikings in business here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out and 1 runner on. Justin Rogers at the plate. 0 for 2 with the strikeout. Rogers, great defensive play in the 5th inning. A diving stop and fire over to first, limiting some of the damage in that inning. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. As mentioned, Janke in his 3rd inning of work. Normally a starter for the V-Hawks. Went 8 innings last week. I believe it would be on Saturday. So actually working on 4 days rest today after pitching 8 innings on Saturday. Had 14 strikeouts in that game, a 1-0 win against Dickinson State. Rogers fouls it away, 1-2 the count. Up to 42 pitches now is Janke. Rogers awaits the 1-2, high and outside, count evens up. 9 runs on 11 hits for Viterbo. Had 5 hits in that 5th inning. The Vikings with 6 runs on 6 hits. Campero over at first with a 1-out single. Here's a 2-2 to Rogers. Fastball just off the plate. On deck, Cody Wheelgosh. Singled in his last at bat. 3-2 to Rogers, grounded towards shortstop. Coming on is Mesa. Fields and throws on the run. And they'll say the throw just in time. Rogers, good speed, hustling down the line. Tough play for Mesa, but he fires it over and nabs Rogers by a half step. So Rogers retired, 6-3 on the putout. Pero moves up to 2nd. And Cody Wheelgosh steps into the box. Wheelgosh 1 for 1 today. Hit his first collegiate home run yesterday, a 2-run shot. Takes first pitch for a strike. One for 1 in this game with a walk. Singled to left field in his last at bat. Takes that one high. Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Trumpold, and Pero will move up to 3rd on a wild pitch. Two on the count to Cody Wheelgosh. Vikings have scored in each of their last 3 at-bats. Swing and a miss on a fastball at the letters. It's even up, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-2 from Janke. Fouled away. Down the third base line, out of play. Brandon Janke, the tall right-hander, delivers. Breaking pitch. Throws him. Called strike 3. And the V-Hawks put up a 0. No runs on 1 hit for the Vikings, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. After 5 innings, it's V-Hawks 9, Vikings 6. Due up, it's Wells, Trumpold, and Hornacek. First pitch to Cody Wells, taken for a ball. Grounds this one left side. Babiak backhanded in the hole. No play. Be an infield single for Cody Wells. 4th hit of the game for Wells. Now 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Brings it to the plate the catcher, Carson Trumpold. V-Hawks leading 9-6. Have the leadoff runner on in the 6th inning. Brendan Burke back out on the mound for the Vikings. Came on in relief in the 5th. Recorded the final out. Trumpold shows bunt and pulls back. Throw down to first, not in time. What was that pitch? Was that a ball or a strike? Yeah. I think it was a ball. I think it was out. We're guessing. 1-0 the count. Brendan Burke checks the runner over at first. Again showing bunt. That one is laid down in front of home plate. Chabot pops out of the crouch to field it. Fires over to Rogers at first. Nobody covering third, though. And going all the way from first to third on that bunt is Cody Wells. So Wheelgosh from third was in on that bunt. Ended up being Chabot, the catcher, that fielded it. They do get the out at first, as Trumpold is retired 2-4 as Rogers came over on the sac bunt. Rogers covered first. But again, Wells moving all the way to third. Throw to third actually came back to Brendan Burke, the pitcher, and he tried to get Wells with a dive before the base, but umpire ruled Wells moved in safely, dove in safely. I believe that was the home plate umpire that was out there in good position to make that call. First pitch to Marcus Hornacek is a ball. Home plate umpire will dust off home plate on this turf field, giving Jamel Chabot a little bit of time to recover. I believe he took that one off the hand. Wells over at third. Hornacek fouls it away. 1 ball and a strike. Wells with an infield single to lead off the 6th inning. Seahawks bunted with Carson Trumpold. He's retired on a sac bunt. Wells moved up to third. Pitch to Hornacek outside, ball 2. That one taken high for ball 3. Three on the count. Outside, ball 4. And Hornacek draws a 1-out walk. Runners on first and third for Jared Gurdon. Hornacek over at first base. 1 stolen base on the year. Pitch from Burke just misses off the plate. One 0 on the way. Off speed, up high. Ball 2. Wells at third, Hornacek at first. Gurdon at the plate, inside pitch hit him, and bases are now loaded as Gurdon reaches on a hit by pitch. The Viking bullpen, Eli Chabot and Keaton Clark getting loose. Chabot did make an appearance yesterday. Clark has not thrown this weekend. Pitch in the dirt, kicks away from Chabot, but stays near home plate, so they'll run it down. Runners do not advance. Ryan Mesa at the plate, number 9 hitter. 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI. Vikings took game 1 today, 5-4 victory. Christopher Dietrich, 4 solid innings on the mound to start. And then Riley Resnick picked up the victory, throwing an inning and a third to end it. VCSU scored the game-winning run in the bottom of the 6th. Now won the first 3 games of the series, 5-4, 12-8, and 5-4. Viterbo leading in this one, though, 9-6, top of the 6th inning. Threatening for more, bases loaded, 1 out. Lifted in the air behind first base. Rose Deba going back, Mertz coming on, it will bounce foul. One of those in no man's land, but a step or 2 foul. Runners will retreat back to their bases. Brendan Burke delivers a 1-1 pitch. Ground ball right back up the middle. Past Burke, past a dive and Jaden Babiak, and it'll roll into center field. Wells will score. Hornacek will score. A 2-run single for Ryan Mesa, and the Seahawks take an 11-6 lead. Gurdon stops at second. Again, both Hornacek scoring from second and Wells scoring from third. 2-run single for Mesa puts the Seahawks on top 11-6. Viterbo now 11 runs. Scored in each of the last 4 innings, and that'll be it for Brendan Burke. Pitching change coming for the Vikings. Looks like Eli Chabot coming in. We'll take a short break. Again, it's Seahawks 11, Vikings 6, top of the 6th inning. Pitching change for the Vikings. Now on the mound, Eli Chabot, freshman out of Cheney, Washington. Made an appearance yesterday in Game 2, VCSU's 12-8 win. Pitched a third of an inning. Gave up 1 hit, walked 2, and struck out 1 through 20 pitches yesterday. He'll enter in a tough spot here. Runners on first and second. Vikings trailing 11-6. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Eli Chabot on the season. He's made 5 appearances so far. 1-0 record. He's thrown 3 1/3 innings, given up 5 hits, 6 runs, walked 4, and struck out 5. Those numbers before yesterday's appearance. 16.2 ERA. Twin brother of Viking catcher Jamel Chabot. Both freshmen out of Cheney, Washington. And they'll be our battery here for the Vikings in the 6th inning. Top of the order for Viterbo, Chance Clayman, designated hitter. Jared Gurdon at second, Ryan Mesa at first. Mesa just delivered a 2-run single with the bases loaded to put the V-Hawks up 11-6. First pitch from Chabot outside, ball 1 to Clayman. Clayman 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs and a strikeout in this game. The Hawks have scored in each of the last 4 innings, turning a 5-2 deficit into an 11-6 victory here in the 6th. Off speed, Clayman tried to get hit, but it broke over the plate but high, so 2 balls, no strikes. Ground ball towards third. Wheelgosh tries to make a dive, and they're going to say fair ball. And unable to make the play, goes into left field corner. It'll be a double, RBI double for Chance Clayman. Wheelgosh made a dive near the line. I don't know if it ticked off his glove, but home plate umpire right on the line says it was fair. Mesa moves to third. Gurdon scores from second. RBI double for Chance Clayman. 12-6 lead now for Viterbo. Off speed, called strike to Spencer Hands. Runners at second and third. Another called strike. And 0-2 the count. Off balance, Spencer Hands fouls it away to stay alive. Keaton Clark still throwing loosely on the mound in the bullpen for VCSU. And number 25, Jacob Hendrickson, at least starting the process of getting loose. Vikings need to get through 3.5 more innings here in this one. Outside for a ball. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. Eli Chabot gets him on a fastball off the plate, and Hands goes down swinging. Brett Stussel batting for Viterbo. 1 for 2 in this game. Runners at second and third. Mesa at third, Clayman at second. Line drive towards second base, over the glove of Justin Rogers, who made a leaping attempt. Throw in from Mertz, not in time, home, and 2 more runs are in for Viterbo. As Mesa scores from third and Chance Clayman scores all the way from second. A 2-run single for Stussel. This one's lifted down the line towards left field into the corner. It'll go for a hit. Perro fires it in. Coming around, heading for home. Relay in from Babiak to Chabot, and they get him. Stussel trying to score from first on that hit into the corner. He is thrown out. 7-6-2 to end the inning. So it'll go down as a single to left field for Hang, but Stussel thrown out trying to score. 7-4-2. And that'll be the end of the top of the sixth, but a 5-run inning for Viterbo. 5 runs on 5 hits, no Viking errors. We'll head to the bottom of the sixth. Vikings trailing 14-6. It's Morcom, Mertz, and Babiak due up. Dagan Morcom to lead off the bottom of the sixth inning for VCSU. Vikings trailing 14-6. Brandon Janke still on the mound for the V-Hawks. Into his 4th inning of relief. Starts with a called strike. And a swinging strike now by Morcom, 0-2 the count. V-Hawks have scored 5 runs in the 5th and 5 in the 6th as they have broken this game open, taking an 8-run lead, 14-6. Pitch inside for a ball. Again, VCSU won the first 3 games of the series, all tight ones, 5-4, 12-8, 5-4. Pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Morcom takes that one outside, ball 3. So after falling behind 0-2, he's worked the count back full against Janke. Right-hander delivers in the dirt. Leadoff walk for Dagan Morcom. And it'll turn the order over to Dustin Mertz, VCSU's leadoff hitter. Mertz, right-hander, steps in, 1 for 2 in this game with an RBI. Wild pitch in the dirt, kicks high behind home plate, and alertly heading for second and now third is Dagan Morcom. He'll pick up 2 bases on that wild pitch. That one kicked higher than the backstop, and the catcher could not find it right away, trump hold, and then ended up going all the way to the backstop, and Morcom hustling. Takes 2 bases on the wild pitch. Another pitch in the dirt, kicks away, but Trumpold runs it down. Now 2-0 to Dustin Mertz. Fastball, fouled to the backstop. VCSU bullpen definitely towards the end of its rotation for the weekend. Not sure what Viterbo has left behind Janke. Seahawks did not throw many of their top arm starters yesterday, giving them an extra day of rest with the short turnaround from the previous series. So Janke usually a starter. That one fouled back by Mertz. But they did throw some of their top bullpen arms yesterday, so whether those guys can come back. Mertz works a full count here. Morcom at third base. Leadoff walk, and then took 2 bases on a wild pitch. In the dirt, Mertz draws a walk. They check with the field umpire. He says no, he did not go. So runners on first and third after 2 walks to open up the bottom of the 6th. Vikings trailing 14-6, trying to get some momentum back. Healthy lead at first base for Mertz. First pitch to Jaden Babiak, a called strike. 63 pitches for Janke, working on 4 days rest. He pitched Saturday in that Dickinson series. A 1 delivery to Babiak, fouled back. Babiak 0 for 2 in this game with the strikeout. Called strike 3 on the outside corner as Babiak caught looking. First out of the inning. 8th strikeout of the game for Janke. So he's recorded 10 outs. 8 of them have been by strikeout. Jamel Chabot, the Viking catcher, now bats. 1 for 3 today. Fastball outside. Off speed, this one in for a called strike. One delivery from Janke. Ground ball, weak roller towards shortstop. Mesa comes in and fields. Throw over, not in time. Infield single for Jamel Chabot. And Dagan Morcom will score. RBI for Chabot as well. So RBI infield single for Jamel Chabot, beating out that light grounder to shortstop. He'll be lifted for courtesy runner number 21, Hunter Logan. And Caden Rose-Deba will step in for the Vikings. 3-run home run earlier in this game. 3 home runs in the series, 2 of them yesterday. Vikings get 1 run back there as Morcom scores. 14-7. This one's driven out towards deep right field, drifting over to the corner. Will it stay fair? And it drifts foul. Nothing but a long strike for Caden Rose-Deba. Did that get out?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it did clear the fence, but on the wrong side of the foul pole. Right fielder Hang had a long run. But 0 on the count. 1 out, runners on first and second. Fastball outside. Mertz over at second, reached on a walk. Logan at first, the courtesy runner for Jamel Chabot, who reached with an infield single. Morcom led off the inning with a walk and has scored. Off speed in the dirt. 2-1 the count. 2-1 delivery from Janke. Called strike on the outside corner. Only 4 zeros up on the scoreboard. So this is the 12th half inning, and teams have scored in 8 of the 12 at-bats. Viterbo has scored 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Vikings scored 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and now 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and now 6th inning. That one outside, ball 3. Count is full. Kellen Scruggs waits on deck. Janke has already walked 2 this inning. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base, fielded cleanly by Wells. Steps on the bag, throw over to first, not in time. Throw in the dirt, pulled Stussel off the bag. He knocks it down though. So fielder's choice for Rosedeba as he reaches. Logan moves on to second. Mertz retired, 5 unassisted at third base. Kellen Scruggs now bats. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Scruggs 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts in this game. First pitch off speed for a called strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Scruggs had 6 RBIs in Game 2 yesterday, but he struggled a bit at the plate today. Be a good time for him to get going with 2 runners on. Vikings in need of a boost. 0-2 pitch from Janke. In the dirt, swing and a miss. Kicks away from the catcher. He'll grab it. Throw down to first base. In time, Scruggs is retired on a strikeout. And then 2-3 on the putout. Vikings are out in the 6th inning. They score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no VHOC errors and 2 runners left on. After 6 complete, it's Viterbo 14, Valley City State 7. Due up for the VHOCs, Wells, Trumpold, and Hornacek. Leading off the 7th inning for the VHOCs, Cody Wells taps one to third. Wheelgosh fields and fires over to Rosedeba at first. And 1 pitch, 1 out for Eli Chabot as Wells retired on a 5-3 putout. Wells had been 4 for 4 in this game. First time the Vikings have retired him in Game 2 today. Carson Trumpold, the catcher, bats. Facing Eli Chabot. Called strike on the corner. Chabot into his 2nd inning of relief. Outside, ball 1. One pitch, also outside. 2-1 the count. Again, scheduled for 9 innings in this one. 10-run rule does come into effect after 7 innings. in a 9-inning game. Seahawks right now up 7. That one low for ball 3. The 3-1 pitch, off speed, gets it across, 3-2 the count. Another breaking pitch froze him, and it curves across for a strike. So back-to-back curveballs by Eli Chabot. He works back from a 3-1 count to get a strikeout of Carson Trumpold, second out of the inning. First 2 batters for Viterbo out. Marcus Hornacek, the lefty, steps in. Fastball for a strike. Hornacek 0 for 2 in this game. Seahawks 14 runs on 15 hits. They've committed 1 error. Vikings with 7 runs on 7 hits. And they have committed 2 errors. That one is fouled away. Chabot ahead in the count 0-2. Chabot looks in for the sign from his brother, Jamel Chabot. Breaking pitch outside. One-two pitch on the way. Lifted high in the air towards center field. Morecambe coming in, has it measured, and makes a catch. So Seahawks go 1-2-3 in the top of the 7th. Eli Chabot gets a ground out, a strikeout, and a flyout. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Viterbo 14, Valley City State 7. Due up for the Vikings, it's Pero, Rogers, and Wheelgosh. Bottom of the 7th inning, Viterbo leading Valley City State 14-7. Brandon Janke out for his 5th inning of work for the Seahawks. Came out of the pen in the 3rd inning. He's been sharp, given up just 2 runs, struck out 9 and walked 3. Faces Cam Pero to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Starts with a called strike. Janke 78 pitches through 4 innings of work. And 0 on the count. Umpire had a few words for Janke, not sure what that was about. Swing and a miss. Maybe tried to quick pitch him? Not sure. Oh, 0-2 the count to Cam Pero. Pero 2 for 2 in this game. Lifts this one into the air towards the right side. Going back is Haying, giving chase. I believe that one dropped to the ground in foul territory. So a long foul ball. Perro steps back in. 0-2 pitch on the way. Takes it high for a ball. One-two pitch. Called strike 3. Jenke throws Perro. 10th strikeout of the game for Brandon Jenke. So he's recorded 13 outs now, and 10 of them have been by strikeout. Justin Rogers, the Viking second baseman to bat. Fastball from Jenke below the knees. 1-0 the count. Rogers fouls this one away. Rogers 0 for 3 with the 1 strikeout. Takes the 1-1 high for a ball. Same spot, ball 3. Jenke gets one across, and count is now full. Viterbo leading 14-7. Rogers takes full count pitch high, and he'll head down to first base with a 1-out walk. Cody Wielgosh, the Viking third baseman, will bat. 1 for 2 today. Fouls that one away. 49 degrees and sunny out there. Wind still howling. About 16 miles per hour right now. Again, blowing out to that right field corner. Breaking pitch for a called strike. It's 0-2. Howling, maybe not the right word for 16-mile-an-hour wind, but definitely making it uncomfortable out there, especially for the few fans in attendance. Balls up in the air have been carrying well towards that right side. Wielgosh, the lefty, against a 1-2 count, swing and a miss on a pitch on the outside half, and he goes down swinging. 11th strikeout of the game for Brandon Jenke. Dagan Morecambe, the number 9 hitter, center fielder for the Vikings. Rogers takes a big lead over at first. Morecambe takes a ball. Dagan golfs this one out towards center field. Hornacek has it measured, and he'll make the catch. So Morecambe retired on a fly out to center. Vikings out in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors. They'll leave one runner on after a walk. It's 14-7 as we head to the 8th. Due up for the Vhawks, Gurdon, Mesa, and Clayman.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Eli Chabot back out on the mound for VCSU. He'll face Jared Gurdon, left fielder, swing and a miss to open up the top of the 8th inning. Viterbo leading 14-7. Count goes 1-1 to Gurdon. Gurdon 2 for 3 with an RBI. Struck out once. 1-1 pitch from Eli Chabot. Breaking pitch, called strike. Ground ball, left side, two-hopper to Babiak, the shortstop. Throw over to Rosedeba in time. And Gurdon is retired, 6-3 to open up the inning. Batter for Viterbo, Ryan Mesa, the shortstop. 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Chabot hits the outside corner for a strike. Breaking pitch just off the plate. Mesa fouls down away, out of play. Both these teams 3 and 4 right now in North Star Athletic Association play. Breaking pitch in the dirt. And Vikings opened the season against Bellevue, preseason favorite in the conference. Viterbo last week went 3-1 against Dickinson. Two-two pitch from Chabot. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Jamel Chabot runs it down the line and then fires to first as Mesa is retired on a swinging strikeout. And then the 2-3 put out at first. Third strikeout of the game for Eli Chabot. Top of the order for Viterbo, Chance Clayman, the DH. Clayman 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Takes first pitch for a strike. (14-7), Viterbo leads. Top of the 8th. Off speed off the plate. V-Hawks, 2 runs in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 5 in the 5th, and 5 more in the 6th. As they took control of the game in the middle innings. Outside ball 2. Vikings 1 run in the 2nd, 4 in the 3rd, 1 run in the 4th, and then 1 more in the 6th. Curveball across for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Chabot looking for his 2nd straight quick inning. 2-2 delivery. Fastball outside. Count runs full. (3-2) delivery. Off speed. A little high as it came across the plate. And it's a 2-out walk for Chance Clayman. First walk of the game allowed by Eli Chabot. Spencer Hands, the batter, 0 for 5 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch outside, ball 1. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Fastball from Eli Chabot off the plate. (3-0) the count. To Spencer Hands. Low and outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks by Eli Chabot. After getting the first 2 batters out, on a ground out and a strikeout, Klayman and Hands have both drawn walks. Brett Stussel, the number 3 hitter, steps in. He's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Jamel Chabot. Vikings will have about a week and a half off after this game. Next week is their bye week in the conference schedule. 7 teams this year in the conference. Viterbo will be on the road at Dakota State. Correction, they'll be at home against Dakota State, I believe, weather permitting. Games scheduled for March 29th and 30th, Friday and Saturday next week. Conference on the mound between Alec DeMaria and the Chabot brothers. Valley City State's next action scheduled for April 3rd, as they will come right back here to Mitchell. Non-conference doubleheader against Dakota Wesleyan here at Drake Field. (1-0) the count to Stussel. Pair runners on, Klayman and Hands. Both drew 2 out walks against Eli Chabot. This one golfed towards deep right. Going back is Mertz. Appears to have it measured at the wall. Over his head, though, and ticks off the wall. 1 run will score. That ball just kept drifting. Not sure Mertz knew where the wall was. Looks like he could have taken another 2 steps. Had to try to leap for that ball. And it ended up going off the fence. So it'll be an RBI double for Stussel to deep right field. Hands moves to third. Klayman comes in to score. 15-7. V-Hawks leading by 8. Garrett Haying, the batter. Haying 2 for 3. First pitch taken for a ball. Called strike on the corner. 1-1 the count. Haying swings through that one, and it's 1-2. Eli Chabot looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. And the pitch lifted in the air, shallow left field. Pero and Morcom both converging. Pero will make the catch in that shallow left center gap, so the V-Hawks are retired as Haying flies out to left center. V-Hawks do get 1 run on 1 hit, a pair of walks, and then that RBI double by Stussel plates a run, and it's 15-7 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Pitching change for Viterbo. On the mound now in the bottom of the 8th, number 18, Kyle Burns, a junior right-hander out of Kearney, Missouri. Burns did make an appearance yesterday. Pitched 1 inning in game 1, allowed 2 hits, did not allow a run, and struck out 1. So scoreless inning of relief yesterday for Burns in that 5-4 loss. He'll come in bottom of the 8th. This Tim leading 15-7 here in the final game of the series. Facing the top of the order in right fielder Dustin Mertz. Mertz lines that one off the glove of Burns. I believe that was a one-hopper that Burns snagged, kicked up in the air, grabbed it, and then fired over to first. So hard shot by Mertz. If it got past Burns, probably would have went through a hit. But as it is, it's a put out. Pitcher to first. And Mertz is retired for the first out of the inning. Jaden Babiak, the batter. 0 for 3. Pair of strikeouts in this game. Fouls the first pitch toward the Viking dugout. Breaking pitch, called strike, and 0-2. And Babiak swings through that one, down on 3 straight pitches. As Burns has set down the first 2 batters in just 5 pitches. Jamel Chabot walks up to the plate. 2 for 4 with an RBI. Burns starts him off with a strike. Ground ball towards second base, fielded cleanly by Hands. Throw over to Stussel in time, and Chabot retired on a ground out. 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 8th. We head to the final inning. Seahawks 15, Vikings 7, due up at Wells, Trumpold, and Hornacek.
Hey college students, are you looking for a part-time job that works around your schedule, pays well, and gives you free money for college every year? McDonald's offers all of it. We can work around your schedule, and we give $2,500 scholarships to everyone who works for 3 months and averages 15 hours per week. That's 2 full shifts a week or 3 shifts of 5 hours. It's that easy. We've already given out more than $75,000 to students in North Dakota this year. Let us help you become the next scholarship recipient. Come join our team. Text ND29 to 38000 to apply today.
Eli Chabot back on the mound for the Vikings, eating some innings here at the end of the series. 2 2/3 innings so far in relief. He's pitched well, given up 2 earned runs, struck out 3, walked 2. Top of the 9th, Viterbo leading 15-7. Seahawks will send to the plate their 5, 6, 7 hitters. Wells, Trumpold, and Hornacek scheduled to bat. Again, game 4 of our series. Vikings have taken the first 3. Vhawks in control in game 4. First pitch, line drive over the leap of Justin Rogers at second base. Cut off nicely in the gap. He's going to dig for second, though. Throwing for Mertz to Babiak. Tagged down in time. A strike from Dustin Mertz to nab Cody Wells as he tried to stretch that single into a double. So, opening out for the Vikings here in the top of the ninth. Trumpold at the plate. Takes a called strike from Eli Chabot. One the count to Trumpold. High for ball 2. Trumpold 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Awaits a 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, ball 3. Lifted in the air towards right field. Mertz giving chase towards the line. Reaches up, makes the catch. And Trumpold retired on a flyout down the right field line. Mertz made that look easy and routine, but that is by far not a routine play. With this wind blowing to the corner, right-handed hitter. That ball slicing, tailing towards the line even more with that wind. He ran it down, made a nice running catch. Marcus Hornacek steps in, 2 outs. First pitch inside. We've caught the umpire on the foot. Ball 1 to Hornacek. Ground ball towards second base. Rogers fields it on 4 hops. Bobbles, throws over to first in time to Rosedeba. And the Vhawks are retired 1-2-3 in the top half of the ninth. Hornacek grounds out to Justin Rogers at third. Last chance for the Vikings coming up. It's Rosedeba, Scruggs, and Perro due up in the bottom of the ninth. Pitching change for Viterbo. Taking the bottom of the ninth, number 51, Nolan Hines, right-handed junior. Made an appearance yesterday in that 12-8 Viking win through inning and 2/3. Gave up 2 hits and a run. Struck out 2 and walked 2. Hines looking to close this one out with the Vhawks leading 15-7 in the bottom of the ninth. Rosedeba Scruggs, and Pero, the scheduled hitters for VCSU. Caden today 1 for 4 with a 3-run home run. He has struck out twice. First pitch from Hines, called strike. Two hours and 50 minutes into this one right now. That pitch in the dirt for a ball. Pace was crawling along through kind of the 5th and 6th innings. And since then, we've picked up 4 zeros on the board over the last 2.5 innings. Vikings, though, would like to put up a big crooked number here in the 9th. Get some runners on, make the V-Hawks a little nervous. Trailing 15-7. 2-1 count. And hit the knob of the bat, so a foul ball. 2-2. Hines, right-hander, working out of the stretch, delivers a 2-2, off speed, out of the zone, and count is full. If you're going to come up with an 8-run inning, getting the leadoff hitter on is a big key to that. This one skied out towards shallow right center, wind chasing that. Right fielder doesn't even see it, actually, and that one will fall in for a double for Caden Rose-Deba. Skied that one, started out towards center field with a bit of a tail, and then that wind, it drifted all the way over to right center. And right fielder Haying never even saw that one and falls in front of him for a double, leadoff double for Rose-Deba. Kellen Scruggs at the plate. Oh for 4 in this game. Drills the first pitch towards left field. That'll be down for a hit. Fielded on one hop by the left fielder Gurdon, and he'll fire it back in, keeping Scruggs to a single. Rose-Deba moves up to third. So a first pitch line drive single to left field by Scruggs. And the Vikings, as we mentioned, couple runners on. That's what you got to do to get this rally started, needing 8 runs to continue the game. Of a defensive change for Viterbo. Haying in right field, coming out. And that'll be number 37, Matt Monahan, going into right field. So defensive substitution for the V-Hawks. I believe it's just a straight switch. Taking a little longer with the umpire than you'd think, but Monahan into right field for Haying. Yep, 37 for 57, so straight switch, Monahan for Haying here in the 9th inning. Campero at the plate for the Vikings. He has 2 hits in this game. Bats with runners on first and third. Rose-Deba with a leadoff double. And then a sharp single to left field by Kellen Scruggs, his first hit of the game. And the Vikings have the makings of an early threat here in the bottom of the 9th, trailing 15-7. Pero awaits a pitch from Nolan Hines. In the dirt for a ball. Another pitch in the dirt. Scruggs takes off for second, and he will move up on the wild pitch. Not sure what the point is. Maybe you score a couple runs, couple runners on. But at a certain point, Everything that goes in favor of the Vikings in this inning gets their dugout a little more riled up, a little more confident. And the Vhawks, the opponent, usually would start to tighten up that team in the lead when you start to cut into that big deficit in the last inning. Swing and a miss for Pero. Maybe you get to 15-10, couple runners on. Then things start to get interesting. Pero awaits the 2-1 pitch from Hines. Low and outside, ball 3. Still nobody out. Rosdeba at third. Scruggs at second. The 3-1. Lifted high in the air behind home plate. Catcher Trumpold turns around, and this one will just get out of play behind the backstop. Count is full. Full count, pitch from Hines on the way. Driven out towards the right field corner. That'll drift foul. Out of play. We'll do the 3-2 again. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up between Hines and Pero. Swing and a miss. Gets a fastball by him. Nolan Hines, big strikeout. Sends Pero back to the dugout. Justin Rogers will bat for VCSU. Rogers 0 for 3. Fouls this one away over the Viking dugout, out of play. Fastball taken for a strike at the belt, and it's 0-2. Viterbo leads, bottom of the 9th inning. Nolan Hines on the mound. Pitch in the dirt. Rogers lays off. Rogers, the left-handed hitter, awaits the 1-2 from Hines. Rosdeba at third, Scruggs at second. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Hines went with the fastball. Got Rogers looking. Pinch hitter for the Vikings. Number 29, Anthony Madsen for Cody Wheelgosh. Umpire didn't even take out the card to write that one down. Tells you what he's thinking about right now. Madsen takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Anthony Madsen, right-hander. Pitch from Hines, fouled back to the backstop. And count is now 1-1. Anthony Madsen, last hope for the Vikings to continue this game. Trailing 15-7. strings together several 2-out hits. Breaking pitch in the dirt, 2-1 the count. Madsen on the season, a .238 hitter coming into the series. 15 out of 63, 6 extra base hits. Two-one pitch from Hines. Ground ball towards shortstop, high chopper, fielded by Mesa. Long throw over, not in time. Madsen beats it out for an infield single. Rosdeba scores. Scruggs moves to third, and the Vikings move on down the line. So an infield single for Madsen, hustling down the line, beating out that chopper to Mesa. And Rosdeba scores. 15-8. Dagan Morecambe will bat for the Vikings with 2 outs. First and third. Madsen a conservative lead at first. Cannot make outs on the base pass when you're trying. Sharp ground ball, second base. Fielded cleanly on 2 hops by Hands. He'll flip to Mesa at second. And the Vikings are retired in the bottom of the 9th. And Viterbo takes game 4 of our series by a final score of 15-8. So Morecambe, fielder's choice. Madsen retired. 4-6 on the putout to end the game. And Viterbo salvages a victory in the series finale, 15-8. Vikings do win the series. Vikings win game 1, 5-4. Game 2, 12-8. Game 3, first game today. Vikings won that one 5-4. And then Viterbo takes the finale by a final score of 15-8. We'll take a short break, come back with your final numbers for this one, and then wrap up our broadcast. You're watching Viking Baseball. And welcome back to Viking Baseball on VCSU Athletics YouTube as we wrap up our 4-game series against Viterbo University. Again, Vikings win the series 3-1, victories in the first 3 games, but Viterbo takes the finale, 9-inning contest by a score of 15-8. Vhawks scored their 15 runs on 17 hits. They committed 1 error. The Vikings had 8 runs on 10 hits and 2 errors. Difference in the game, 5th and 6th innings. Vikings led 6-4 after the 4th inning, but the Vhawks put up 5 runs in the 5th and then 5 more runs in the 6th. Back-to-back big innings for Viterbo as they took control of this game and then coasted over the last couple innings for that 15-8 win. Winning pitcher Brandon Janke came on in relief and pitched 5 strong innings for Viterbo, scattered 3 hits and 2 runs, walked 4, and struck out of 11. Again, 5-inning relief appearance for Janke as he picks up his 2nd win of the season. Khalil Tilbury started on the mound for VCSU, went 4 innings, gave up 5 hits and 4 runs, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Losing pitcher Jay Mendez came on in relief in the 5th inning, worked 2/3 of an inning, but could not get out of that 5th, part of that 5-run 5th inning for Viterbo as they took the lead there and then held on throughout. Also Jacob Marks, Brendan Burke, and Eli Chabot pitched for VCSU. Eli Chabot, solid appearance in relief, ate up some innings at the end, 3 2/3, scattered 5 hits and 2 runs, walked 2, and struck out 3. Offensively, Vikings, Caden Rosdeba has 2 for 5 with 2 runs and 3 RBIs. Those 3 RBIs, a 3-run home run in the 3rd inning. Jamel Chabot also with 2 hits, and Cam Perro had 2 hits as well. For Viterbo, Ryan Mesa, 3 for 5, 3 runs, 3 RBIs. Big game from Cody Wells, 5 for 6 at the plate, 2 runs, 4 RBIs. And also a 3-hit day for Brett Stussel, 3 RBIs. And Chance Clayman had 2 hits, scored 3 times, and had 4 RBIs. So some big numbers for the Viterbo hitters in this 15-8 victory. That's going to do it for our broadcast here of this 4-game series in Mitchell, South Dakota. Glad we could bring it to you here on the VCSU Athletics YouTube channel. I know these neutral site games, not a lot of people can make it, especially last minute when they move these games to the middle of the week. So thanks for tuning in and watching some Viking and V-Hawk baseball here on VCSU Athletics YouTube. Vikings win the series 3-1. Viterbo takes the finale, our last game here, by a score of 15-8. Thank you for watching Viking baseball.